Right now, I'm moving out of my apartment that I've been in for almost 2 years. And I'm in the process of buying a house. I want to say fingers crossed, but like I don't believe in all that. So, oh, this summer, I was in the home buying process, but I have to go back into the spring a little bit. Last year in 2018, I applied for a home mortgage and I was told that I didn't have enough work history. So of course I was working the job and I knew that if I, continue working there that I would have the work history. So 2019 came and I began the house buying process unbeknownst to pretty much everybody. So basically, when I started the house buying process, I was sitting at my kitchen table and I told God, I'm not renewing my lease. I'm going to move out of this apartment. It was a horrible rental experience. I said, I'm going to move out of this apartment and I'm going to buy a home. Right now, I'm moving out of my apartment that I've been in for almost 2 years. And I'm in the process of buying a house. I want to say fingers crossed, but like I don't believe in all that. So, oh, yeah. But am I moving to that house right now? No, ma'am. I'm actually moving to my best friend's house. Because I'm in the process. The process. You know when they tell you to have faith, and they like have faith. Just no, have faith. It's gonna happen. Sometimes they forget to tell you about the process. It's long. You gotta endure it. You gotta keep your faith. And you just gotta come out on the other end. Whether I get the house or whether I don't, God is still good. And He's still gonna give me something good. And He's gonna make good of this. And that is my resolve. Home. Now, I knew that God had put the desire for me to have a home in my heart. So I was like, okay, this is what He wants. Now, this is where it got interesting. I didn't apply for the mortgage. I didn't go take the steps that I was supposed to take buying the home. And I would never advise that. Please take the steps, the proper steps in buying a home. Okay. So I didn't take the steps. I just said, I'm not renewing my lease. And that was that. So afterwards, I did apply for the mortgage and I got denied because I had derogatory things on my credit. Because of that, they told me it would take 4 months for me to be able to be ready to buy a house. And that was in April. Now, I was like, okay, should I, start, looking for an apartment? I got down on my knees and I said, Lord, I know what you told me. You said that a house was something that was for me. You put that in my heart. Nobody had to tell me that. You put that in my heart. I said, so you're going to have to help me with this and get approved for the mortgage. Afterwards, God, God had someone from the team call me, email me, and she sent me a letter. She said, just keep calling, sending letters, do everything to get them removed. She said, at the end of that email, she said, it can and it will be removed. And that one sentence blew me away. I stepped away from the computer and I said, you know what, that's it. That was God. And I said, okay, that's all I needed. I said, now I can go on through the process. After that, I went and I did the work, of course, and a lot of people say, yeah, girl, if you just put in the work, they'll remove everything. No, they won't. Okay? No, they won't. A lot of stuff I've been trying to get removed for a long time. No, they won't. I just thought because it was old, I could keep on going. No, they won't. And they did. So I finally got it removed and my credit score jumped, I think 87 points in the matter of 3 or 4 weeks. But everything got removed from my credit. Every derogatory statement was removed from my credit. I was really scared to ask for their approval because I was like, okay, I've done everything that God's told me to do. I've, haven't made any, whatever, it took to do and move forward in my faith and go through this process, I did. And so I was here and I was like, okay, I have like nothing else to do in this process and I really want this house. So I prayed this morning, I worshiped God. I didn't pray for the house. I just worshiped God and I loved it. It was amazing. And then after that, it was like, I had the confidence and I just emailed my loan officer. I was like, run me again. If it's a no, I'm gonna keep going anyway. Run me again. And she was like, great job. Let's run your approval. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Okay. May of 2019, I was approved for the mortgage. I already had a team set up. And so we were ready to go. I called the realtor. I said, look, I'm approved. And she was like, oh, wow, I thought this was going to take 4 months. I said, God is on my behalf. And she was like, well, praise Jesus. Let's get started. So then that's when it got interesting because I had to move out by the end of May. So where was I going to stay? So for two months, I ended up staying at my job. I work for a nonprofit and it's a homeless shelter. And they had some rooms upstairs and everything like that. And I mean, I asked my boss, I was like, can I stay here? She said, yeah. I was like, okay. And it was a humbling process, but it was not a humbling process because I was staying at a homeless shelter. Like, no. It was a humbling process because I had to learn that God allows you to go through a process. That was the biggest thing. I was like, whoa, like, I thought that me having faith and just like moving big would make this just all come true and just come to pass in the right timing, and it wasn't gonna sting and I wasn't gonna be upset or anything like that. And that was absolutely not the fact. I had to hit my knees more times in that season than I did any other time because it was like, yo, I just did this, like, and people were making me feel so stupid. My mom was like, you're where? She was like, can you please just go get an apartment? And of course, I could just go get an apartment, but I was sitting there, I was like, no, I know what God told me, and he confirmed it when he told all the derogatory statements were removed. So I had that, off of that little bit of thing, it wasn't little, but off of that one piece, I just knew I was gonna be in a home by the end of summer. So I was like, okay. So I started searching for homes, and I was, of course I was finding homes and things like that. And so I was putting in offers. I put in 4 offers on homes, 4, and they either got denied by the seller because they didn't like my terms or conditions, or what was the other thing? Or I was beat out by another seller. And then I found the home I'm sitting in right now. And during that time, I was just really praying because all the houses, if you're searching for a home, all the houses seem to disappear. The ones you like, they seem to float away. But I found this home. It had been on the market 14 hours. And I called my realtor. I said, I got to see that house tomorrow. And she was like, okay. She was like, what about the other house? I said, that has to be the first house we see tomorrow. So we went and we saw this house, and I was like, that's it. Put the offer in. She was like, wait, what? I mean, it doesn't have everything you put on the list. I said, this is it. Put the offer in. She was like, well, let's at least go look at another one. I was like, Karen and her team are amazing. I was just like, Karen, all right, let's go look at this house. We walked to the house, and as soon as I drove up, I was like, this is not it. And we went. She was like, you really don't want to be here. I'm like, I went in. I was like, okay, can we go back to the other house and put the offer on it? And she was like, okay. And so she put the offer on it, and it was like seamless. Like God was just moving through that whole process. They approved all my terms and conditions. It was really nice. But also during that time, God had put on my heart to just pay for myself a vacation, and I was really scared to go on vacation, a solo vacation, the first one by myself, but he was like, go ahead, go on vacation. So if you look on my Instagram, you'll see where I went on vacation for 2 weeks in August. When I came back, the day I came back, I spent the night at a friend's house. The very next day, I had my keys in my hand to my house. What a beautiful day it is. Oh my gosh. So I just closed on my first house. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I thank everyone who's encouraged me to buy a house and encouraged me in the process. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I just went to it, and of course I'm gonna show you pictures because it's time to decorate. Hello. All right, love you guys. It's time for me to go home, my house. And that was nothing but God, because between April and August, God showed me that me having crazy faith and me depending, knowing that having a home was a God idea, and just moving out of myself, what I could do. I mean, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything. And he moved, and I moved myself out of the way so that he could perform a miracle. And he did. And I'm sitting here right now in the miracle. That's the reason I'm like, 40-day prayer challenge, let's have it, because I'm ready for the next miracle. I want to see God move. I am willing to move out of the way and watch him move, because that excites me the most. How are you seeing God move in your life? How are you seeing him move? When is the last time you've seen him move? You know he can do miracles, but have you seen it? Are you allowing him to? Are you able to sit down and pray and be quiet to allow him to give you the idea so the miracle can come? These are the things that we're praying about this week. We're praying about, is this a God-given idea, not an ambitious idea? And if so, let me step out of the way and give you room to reign, God. I hope that you were inspired by this story, and I know that you're going to, the devotions from the rest of the 40-day prayer challenge will encourage you to just really hit your knees and pray for that God-given idea, because honey, it is time to get moving, and it's time for me to go. Love y'all. Bye.